Here is an update on the bike. I was able to get some feedback from my daughter while riding. Very first ride, she was able to set a personal best in the mud with an unfamiliar bike in the green loop. This actually gave her enough confidence to ride the half of the, or I would say 3/4 of the blue loop at Stillwell, but it's not perfect. It needed a lot of little changes to make this thing work for her. So, as I mentioned in the original video, I said that the box 4 8-speed, the effort was ridiculous. And I didn't say anything to her, just wanted her to ride it herself. And she commented that she could not shift the thing. She could not get it into the top 2 biggest cogs. So even without me telling her, she was aware that that thing is not usable for a little child. So I had a 10-speed lying around from like 2018. So this is a 46.2 cassette from a sun race, sun race when I had my old mountain bike. So I bought the derailleur and the shifter, and she was immediately able to cycle through the gears, even with the clutch on, so she can actually make the big climbs, not wasting any gears that she couldn't access. The next thing was, these cranks were too long from the factory. They came 160, so that's only 5 millimeters shorter than what I ride, a 165. I put these Goldix. These are actually Holotech. They're pretty legit. I was kind of weary about them, but it's got their SRAM 3-bolt interface. It's got a built-in bash guard. It's an aluminum chainring, aluminum cranks, preload. These are 140 millimeters. So she gained 20 millimeters on the seat post. It's not this high. The seat post is like, so she can almost run a dropper now. In fact, she can run a dropper. She can run the one-up V2 or V3 and the 90 millimeters shim down to 70. I'm gonna wait for her to get a little taller, but this should help her spin up better. The only issue that I have with this Goldix chain crankset is that the chain line is way off. I had to run 3 spacers on the bottom bracket for the chain ring to clear the chain stay. I had to do a lot of readjustment. It put a hell of a lot of tension on the derailleurs. I had to loosen the clutch, take the B tension off. I had to readjust the limit on the high gear, and now it's good. It's shifting better than it did before. Hopefully I'll be able to put a dropper on. Oh yeah, the bike lost some weight. It was 32.6 with the 10-speed and the shorter cranks and the aluminum chainring. 32.3 pounds now, so lost 0.3 pounds. Honestly, the reason why I even want to mess with the cranks is because, without saying anything, my daughter says, I really miss my dropper post. And because it's a larger frame with the longer cranks, she physically cannot fit one. So I was like, you know what? Putting shorter cranks will definitely give her more clearance on the seat. And that's how it all started. But as you can see, the length difference, this will afford her an extra 20 millimeters on the seat post, as I mentioned earlier. Another thing that I forgot to mention regarding how the bike is holding up. When the bike was first delivered, the main bolt on the rocker for the pivot was loose, so it clunked. Right as I was servicing the bike and swapping out the cranks, I noticed that something was clunking in the rear suspension again, and now it's the lower shock mounting bolt that was loose. Tighten that, all is well, the clunking is gone. So, like all full suspension bikes, you just gotta check the rear suspension for like the tightness of the bolts on the pivots, or else it's just gonna have a bad time if the bolt falls out. So that's it. Next update. I'll talk to you later. Bye.